friends. Today we are launching our Many Adventures YouTube channel. We're going to share a little bit about ourselves, our love for Disney, and how we can help you plan your Disney vacation. My name is Ashley, and I am the owner of Many Adventures, and I'm here with my friend Casey, one of our travel agents who specializes in all things Disney. So I'm going to let Casey share a little bit about her story, herself, and how she just fell in love with Disney.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I am Casey. I have my husband Brian, and we have three boys. And we first fell in love with Disney. I fell in love with Disney way before they did. We went I was a little girl a couple times as a family, and just absolutely loved it. Went again in 2010 as a chaperone for a band trip. Actually, they marched at the Magic Kingdom and loved it. Tried to convince the husband it wasn't a thing he wanted to do until about 3 years ago, we decided to surprise my boys as a gift for Christmas with my mom and my dad and my two grandmas and my sister. And we did this huge surprise, didn't tell them until the day before we were leaving, like 6 hours before we were leaving, really. And we had everything packed for him, ready to go. We loaded up the car and we went. And I will tell you, the first time might not have been as magical because there was 11 of us. But we had a blast, and we decided from then on that that was just going to be our thing for Christmas. We were going to go. And so we have been three times at Christmas now as a family of five. And we have also went on a couple other trips. And each time we go, we find something different and find more things that we love about going. The biggest thing for me is the memories that we make. And I get proof of those memories from photos, and my kids, when they talk about it, they'll remember, do you remember when we rode Haunted Mansion and we got stuck leaning backwards? Or do you remember the churro that I got, which is the sugar cookie? And so it's just those memories that even my 12-year-old, who's kind of phasing out of that like magic stage type deal, he still asks, when are we going back? And, like, do you remember when I got this? And so, yeah, it's just, I love it. And if I could live there, I would live in the castle, but I can't live there.
Me too.
But that is why I love Disney. It's just everything from here goes away. We get to just be on our own little world, and we get to experience life as a family of five with like thousands of other people around us, but we really just hone in on the five of us and enjoying our time together. So what about you, Ashley?
I love that. So my family, my husband, myself, and my daughter, my husband and I, for the longest time, it was just the two of us, and we didn't do a whole lot of family vacations or anything. We were really career focused, and we always thought, well, we'll start taking vacations when we have a family and when we have kids, and especially Disney. Like, Disney's something that you think of being a vacation where you take your kids to. So we really didn't take any vacations at all. And we had been married for about 10 years, and it was a struggle for God to bring us our family. So anyway, when he finally did, we were right away, we're going to Disney World. So we went to Disney, and we could squeeze in one day at the Magic Kingdom, and it was so crazy, and we had no idea what we were doing there, but it was the best day ever. And our daughter was watching the parade go by, and Mickey goes by, and she just, and it was like that little face, and it was just the sweetest expression. And it was her own expression. Like, we didn't prep her, we didn't tell her. It was just that genuine joy. And like I said, it was a long road for us getting to having our family. So when we finally did experience it, and we were able to go in and enjoy our family and all of our things. Even though we're surrounded by thousands and thousands of people, it really is like, they say there's a Disney bubble, but there's a family bubble that you go into when you go into Disney World.
Absolutely.
And it was just like the coolest thing, because we were able to just go there and celebrate, our family that we had been waiting so long for. And it was just joy, and just to see that joy that we all three were feeling. And so then we couldn't wait to make our bubble a little bit bigger. So we had my parents come with us. And we were like, okay, well, I want her to experience everything with my parents, and then I wanted to experience everything with my parents. So we did that. And then we just kind of kept coming back because there was another thing we wanted to experience, and another and another. And it's just been, I mean, we have gone several times in the past 2 years. We probably have gone close to 10 times in the past 2 years.
So
So
jealous.
yeah, we go a lot, but there we have not checked off everything that we want to do. Like everybody's like, how do you go and do the same thing? And I'm like, we've done stuff different every time.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same. So anyway, so that's kind of how we fell in love with it and how we did it. And then we ended up buying into DVC. So that's how we go down so much. So our vacation styles have changed a little bit and our path that we've taken to get there. But it's something that we really enjoy, and it's become far more than just a destination to us. It's become where our family can go and just escape and be happy. And everybody says like we go into the Disney bubble, but for us, we go into our family bubble in Disney. So yeah. So that's kind of how we discovered it. And then there is this thing that just kind of happens and takes over, like once you become Disney obsessed. And then you yeah, just a tad. And then but then you meet like-minded people like you, and then there's a friendship that kind of forms with that. And I know you and I have been friends. Well, we've been friends for years, and we actually went to preschool together, so we go way back.
Way back.
Yeah. So, which is really cool. But you know, there's a different kind of a bond that forms when you have that same interest. So anyway, so fast forward to all these years later, and then we both had found our love for Disney completely separate in unattached ways, but then how our we've kind of been able to create our own bubble now in this, which has been really fun. So from I guess going from here, how about you share with us a little bit about just how as much as we love to share our love for Disney and as much as we love to share our experiences, what is something that you look for when you're planning someone else's vacations for them? Because ultimately we want them to find their bubble and we want their family to find like their thing. So what are some of the things that when you're talking with them or when you're listening to them that you're kind of taking into consideration when you go to plan their vacation?
Right. So like I think as much as we wanted about them, I think of what were my top three things that I would want to experience. Or like we went into this that first year, like one and done. My husband was like, this is it. This is the only time we're going. So I was like, okay, well, we got to make the most of it. So what are my top three things that I absolutely want to get out of the vacation? Not necessarily what rides or what parks or what food, but what did I want out of the vacation that we were planning? And so like, I think with my clients, it's the same way. What are your top five priorities? Is it you want to relax, or is it you want to hit the pavement running? Is it you want the nice, like fancy restaurants, or you're okay with eating at Casey's Corner and grabbing some corn dogs and running to the next ride? Those are different, and there are different people. When I go with my family of five, we do things a little bit differently. We're not very relaxed, so to speak. we're going and we're flying, and it's Casey's Corner for the win. I mean, we're grabbing those corn dogs and we're jumping in another line. And that's just not for everybody. So what are your top five priorities that this is a must? No, I just want to take things slow. I want to sit back and watch the kids, or I want to sit back with my spouse. And I've done both of those. I've done the go with my spouse for an anniversary trip. And I will tell you, I have the best video of my husband, who is acting like a 5-year-old, I guess, on the speedway, just giggling like no other because tires were squealing and he had no clue I was videoing. And it is absolutely my favorite because we were not pushed for time. We were just enjoying each other and enjoying the parks without children. And so, I mean, just every trip that is different. Ashley's going to have different, what she wants to check off of that bucket list as far as how she wants to handle her vacation is, and it's different than mine. So that's what I would say. Just what are your priorities? And, if it's family and I'm a big family person, then we cater to that. Like, how do
Yeah.
we make the most? Do we get this
Right.
dining where they can all sit and relax and enjoy each other?
Right.
Or, so I mean, it's just one of those
Yeah.
things.
And I love
But
that you said that. I love that you pointed out too about like the adult trip and like the like we do a anniversary trip every year. Me and my husband do as well. And I guess my biggest regret is that I told you for 10 years we never took a vacation because we saw it only as like that
yeah,
family, like we had to reach that benchmark before we could enjoy that vacation. So anyway, I would say that there are vacations for all types, and where your priorities lie and what your interests are really dictate what type of a vacation that you plan. So if you're somebody whose family makeup may not be what you envision as a Disney, as a Disney vacation qualifying family or
right.
qualifying individual, or you want to go with a group of friends or adults or whatever, like that's what I love about it is regardless of who you have in your bubble with you when you go,
It is
it
what you make
works.
it.
It is, and it works
Yeah.
for all of it. And I love that. So,
Yeah.
and the one thing that I will say that I was most surprised by when I first went is how it was, you and I, we live very close to theme park.
Hmm.
So, um, you can go to this theme park and you can just kind of go and hop into it and enjoy your day and go home, and you
Hmm.
feel like you've kind of gotten your money's worth out of it. The
Right.
very first time that I went to Disney, I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And while it was still magical and I loved it, there was so much that I didn't know. And it wasn't until I
Hmm.
went like 3 or 4 times that I'm like, oh, I think I'm starting to understand this now. And what I'm hoping for is that, our clients will be able to prepare them for a way that when they go on that first trip or when they go on a trip they haven't been there in forever because things have really changed,
Yeah.
that we'll be able to talk through their priorities, help them be able to achieve their goals and know what to expect when they walk into the park. Like that's what I'm hoping that we'll be able to achieve as their travel agents for them.
Absolutely. I know we discover new things every time we go. And so like we
Yeah.
can go in with the mindset of, we've got this checklist, we're going to do this, 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 this.
Right.
And then, something new is there, or there's a new food, or there's a
Yeah.
new parade, or a new show. And so, I
Right.
mean, we just alter and change as we go, but we still
Right.
keep those top priorities in mind of how we're spending this vacation and, what it's meant for,
Right.
essentially.
And I love that. And I think that there's so many different things and stories and stuff that we want to share with all of you guys. And we'll be bringing you guys our many adventures YouTube episodes here with some fun stories, tips, tricks, memories, and some different interactive things that we want to get to know you guys. We want you guys to be able to get to know us a little bit better, and just kind of share on this adventure with you. So we thank you for your time. We're so glad that you chose to spend these few minutes with us. And if you are interested in planning a Disney vacation, we hope that you reach out to Many Adventures. Casey and I would be happy to help you. If you go to manyadventures-ta.com, you can find out more information about our agency and how to contact one of us agents. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.